Our tour is heading southeast to a land divided by the Ohio River. On one side, we pass Cincinnati, a city defined by a one-of-a-kind skyline, rolling hills, and the oldest of America's pastimes. Just down the road, we cross into Kentucky, to the town of Burlington as we gear up for one of the toughest challenges on tour thus far. From its iconic sloped fairways to tight greens, Idlewild can bring out the best or worst in your game. And with the Worlds right around the corner, it's the perfect Kentucky tune-up as championship season approaches. The 2024 LWS Open at Idlewild starts now.
Hello and welcome to round one front nine coverage of the MPO feature card here at the 2024 LWS Open at Idlewild. BigBarri commentary bringing the action. Paul Ulibarri, Jeremy Koling. What's up, dude?
Getting ready to watch some awesome disc golf, man.
Yeah, well, you know we're going to have a great feature card coverage here, as we will all next week at Worlds, or a week and a half from now. You can catch all that coverage live on the Disc Golf Network, but you can also obviously enjoy all the next day coverage ad-free on JomezPro, and you can get 75% off for your first month of subscription with the promo code JomezPro at the link in the description. So check that out for the Worlds coverage. But before we got Worlds, we got this last...
Elite Series. Yeah.
One of the last 3-round Elite Series tournaments?
It is the last, I believe.
Wow. And then we got the playoffs coming on after that. Yeah. So, well, we got Gannon Buhr, a healthier Ricky Wysocki. I think he said that he's 90 to 95% back after that injury that he sustained in Estonia.
I'll take that.
Yeah, well.
Give me that.
He's playing so well. So is this man, Kyle Klein. I mean, we have got an all-star cast here. Kyle Klein, I believe, getting his first ever tour win here against Andrew Marweed, and another former champion of this event. We've got Kevin Jones coming off the heels of an incredible performance. I believe he got 4th or 5th place last week. So it's going to be awesome to see how he plays here. Let's get right into it.
Did you just see him on that little promo? He freaking scraped the ground with his putter. That was incredible. Hole one's a par 4.
I didn't see that. That's awesome.
Hole one's a par 4, 638 feet. I mean, right there in front of you, out of bounds left, out of bounds right. You can see some guys get aggressive, get around this pine tree on the right, and get yourself a nice little eagle bit. I don't know how the weather is today, but
it's good. It's a good tailwind.
Okay.
Looks a little calm right now, but when the wind was blowing on this hole, it was pushing down the fairway. And I gotta say, humble brag here, there is also out of bounds long. I found it today.
Well, that's not a humble brag. That's a bummer.
Off the tee, though. So
this is no play for the green. Just a nice little hyzer flip, trying to find the middle of the fairway. And that's exactly what he does.
Yeah, it's pretty simple birdie if you play for that simple tee shot.
Arkansas, Kevin Jones.
Let's go, Kevin!
I'm curious to see the shot flight that Kevin's going to choose. Typically, you'd see him with a very understable disc, flip it up, but looks like he's going to just pitch it in the middle, too, or try to with this sidearm. Gets it over. Oh, beautiful flight.
I like that play a lot. I like the disc selection, and I like the execution.
Up third out of Scottsdale, Arizona, Richard Wysocki.
I don't think this is going to be no pitch down the middle. We've seen him crest the tree line on the right and skip up there into the circle.
I remember last year he started this round off by going out of bounds long and then making the circle 3 putt, if I recall correctly.
Oh, wow. This one needs to get down, though.
I think this is going to find OB left. And indeed it does.
And rounding out the 4 o'clock card out of Spring Lake, Michigan, Kyle Klein.
Kyle been throwing this understable disc. Gonna start this off with a little highs. and then watch it flip to flat. That's a
Yeah.
nice shot right there.
Yeah, it's nice.
Fun to watch these guys kind of pick, and we get to learn their game a little bit by watching them, even their discs.
Oh, yeah. And this is a fairly routine approach, but that tree on the right side is in the way for sure. So Kevin's trying to avoid that, going left side. And he's got no easy putt coming. He's got about 30 feet to an elevated basket.
Even with that little 2% off the tee, he's left with a jump putt. Gannon is here. Oh, man.
Too easy.
It's a great weapon.
This hole was birdied by over 50% of the field, including a couple of eagles.
Kyle might give this one a little bid. Puts it on Anheuser. No, that's just...
Yeah, didn't want to give any spoilers. It wasn't Kyle. It wasn't anyone in this group, obviously. Zach Nash and Simon Lizotte. Oh, boy. And Kevin's going to miss that one badly. That's going to be maybe even tougher putt for the par coming back up the hill. Obstructed. He might not even have a swing. Oh, brutal. Opening bogey coming for Kevin Jones.
I swear on that first putt, he brushed the grass again.
He likes to get low on his straddle.
That's as low as you can get.
You can't get much lower unless you're digging up earth. So birdies for Gannon and Kyle. Ricky will take his par after the OB drive, and Kevin will start the way you don't want to start on hole 1. Playing 3.63. We got some old timers out here this week. Scott Stokely, Brad Schick, Matthew Blakely, a lot of players that have been playing since the Stokely's been playing since the 70s, but Brad Schick's got, over 200 PDGA wins, just dominates disc golf in the Ohio area. Matt Blakely is a longtime player.
I'm sure if you asked them the first time they played here, it's a long time ago.
Yeah,
It's a long time. Of course,
these trees were 5 feet off the ground.
Yeah, the course has changed a lot since they first came to this park. These guys are going to be throwing little turnovers, rollers, sidearms, whatever's going to get you up that hill into position. Gannon getting way up the hill. Yeah.
Not exactly ideal position, but he'll be able to manage a throw from up there. The key to this one is just picking a side with this forehand. If you go inside, that's just fine. Hard to be disciplined throwing the forehand on the inside line, but Kyle does a good job.
Pushing hyzer, wide line, so much power.
Yeah, that's a pretty common shot right there for a good forehand throw. Kevin flipping it up. This is the side. Yeah, you gotta pick a side. That is so common.
Doable from there, but it's a long ways out. And this, he's going for it, though.
Yeah, man. That was so close to perfection. Just needs that to be about 2-3 feet higher. Pretty safe for Kyle. Oh, look at that redirection. Never mind.
What a great little kick. Right almost into the bullseye.
Actually, I now really like where Gannon is. I thought he might have been in the high grass. Just a straight forehand from here.
Looked like it was on hyzer for a long time, but that was perfect.
He's got great control with that disc, man. Whatever it is, that is perfect. And Ricky's
also heavy, but
leaking up the hill. Ricky's an aggressive putter, but You can't putt at what you can't see. I don't think he's going to be looking at the basket. Kevin getting aggressive for the birdie.
Don't you dirty little disc.
What is just a nightmare start.
That is horrible.
Well, he can see it. Oh my gosh, Ricky, yeah, of course he's going to run it.
Oh no.
No way.
Same tree.
Yeah, same tree. Come on. Why are you picking favorites? Got to knock this down. Okay. Well, good bogey save. We can say that. Tough break. Meanwhile, you got trees redirecting Kyle to bullseye, stopping Ricky's putt on roller angle.
And Gannon throwing perfect.
Yeah, and honestly, that's a lot of luck. How lucky Gannon is to throw it perfect like that. 2 holes in a row.
Now, I got my eye on Gannon.
I'm watching you.
I'm watching. Those are perfect shots. No luck required.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's coming.
Yeah, a guy who's won most of the events this season. I'm watching you. 2 under start for him and Kyle. And a lot of other players. Moving on to hole 3. I missed the original 3, but the new 3 is also really nice as well. Par 4. No one in the world is trying to split that gap, but you're trying to pick the right side or left side, throw a hyzer or a backhand roller, a hyzer forehand that flips up or a backhand roller, get to the bottom of the hill and then get over the sawgrass in some way. And if you do, you'll be inside the circle. Roll away potential also on this green. And yeah, Gannon is loving the roller. Really understable fairway driver.
Perfectly thrown.
Gosh, that is so well thrown. Don't go too long. Okay.
It's perfect.
That OB line is I mean, I think this might have even been out of bounds for a moment.
Yes, it was. But then right back into a flat spot, which is
Perfect.
really tough to find on this hole. And this one's looking pretty good, but it's really understable.
I wonder if that got a bad roll on the first when it hit the ground, or if it hit a limb or something. It was pretty high out of his hand.
It almost looked like it hit like sidewalk, you know, how it flips it real quick. Taking on the limbs, catches one of them.
It's pretty high release for Rick. He wants to keep that a little bit closer to the ground level. Kevin going with the backhand roller. That is really inside. Catches early tree. This needs to be careful. There's a mandatory that he's going to make on that next shot. And now Kevin's wildly out of position, and that was a very low throw. Oh my goodness gracious! How on earth did he pull that out?
I wish we would have had a better angle of that. That could have been shot of the year right there.
Oh my gosh, you guys have that's 400 plus feet.
That might be the first time we ever see anybody scrape their hand on a sidearm shot and a putt, same hole.
Wow. And Ricky going long with his second shot. Kyle low ceiling, has to keep it wide. And finds some enemies there at circle 1's edge. Going to have about a 36-foot putt coming. And Gannon's just got one of the shortest approaches you're ever going to see on this hole. Probably 260 feet, maybe 250 in from there. And he is just off to the races.
Nice little love tap on that tree.
I see you, Gannon.
Kyle, this would be a nice one to find. Little stepper, thank you. I'll take that.
Bub.
Dangerous green. You could be just putting right there where you're just putting for if you miss it a little bit lower.
And Ricky.
Yeah, gets under par.
Yep, that's his first birdie. but staying aggressive. You know, the tee shot on 1 just leaked OB a little bit. Went for the really scary putt on 2. And Kevin's going to get on the board with a birdie here, and we're going to have more than likely a nice little star frame.
This is a good, solid star frame.
It certainly is.
I wouldn't be surprised if people got star frames on this, but it's a solid one.
Yeah, it's certainly one that you're not surprised that a group this skilled is going to get. But yeah, your normal groups are not going to be.
There's the good.
I wish we didn't blur him out because his face would have told the story. I'm sure he didn't believe that it was going to crest that hill to the very last second.
Introducing Disc Raptor, the best way to clean and dry your discs on the course. Make short work of mud, moisture, and dust in a quick spin. It's there when you need it. Welcome to the future of disc golf.
On to 4, 722-foot tricky par 4. Got to move this thing out to the left side. The OB on the right side is new on the tree line. Try to land somewhere in this area here if you can. Congratulations, you have a pretty straightforward approach. The problem is it is so tough to get your drive in that good spot. A lot of shots can find OB crossing that creek on their second.
If this gets low enough underneath these limbs, yeah. Oh, it's really good.
It's funny how simple it looks coming out of his hand. It doesn't look like there's any strain. That is right where you want it to be. And if you could do it any better, it might be where Kyle's is. Just a little bit more left. Might open up that straight gap just a bit more.
Ricky trying to turn this one into the gap, and if that happens, he could get so far in there.
Yeah, you just got to be careful. There is OB on this left side. Rick's going to be safe, but he's pushing that left side limit. Now, I'm curious to see if Kevin plays an intentional layup to go grenade second shot.
Well, that's really short.
That's really short, but he got up and down from near that birdhouse, and look, he has got the grenade in hand. Oh, this is not going to do it.
Safe.
Okay, it's safe, but it comes up on the short side. So that's going to be. I'm curious where Kevin's game is at with his new discs, figuring out what's going to flip up and ride the longest, because that's something he obviously had down pat with his old bag, but his new bag's completely different stabilities.
Kyle gets one to turn. Is it going to flex? Oh, baby.
Nearly goes in.
Oh.
But it goes out of bounds.
That's a bad break. Anywhere else, it sticks on that grass right there. It's going to hop right up off that
That's tough.
hard pan. Yeah, that's a very unlucky shot.
Rick's going to try to hit that same gap with the flex turnover and getting into the ground a bit sooner. Going to find himself in C2. It's a good shot, though. Gannon might have to flip one up through a tight line. It looks pretty open from here, but from where he's at, yeah, he goes inside the line. He's going to have a putt inside C1 to go 4 for 4.
Fortunate break here for Kevin. This had no business being in bounds. See if he can just throw. You see the wind playing with the disc.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
And that sends it down way short. He's going to be up first from C2. What a save.
Talk about a ride on this hole for this guy. Short, grenade prayer, no chance, safe, almost in the lake, jump putt, par. Beautiful
That is
putt.
a working man's par save right there. Ricky for birdie. That's a great looking putt through the wind.
Yeah, just outside the circle.
So they say that Gannon is up with Kyle's meter that he's going to get. And doesn't matter if it's in the center or not. Gannon slings that in the left side, stays down, 4 for 4. Kyle leans that one in for par.
Saw a statistic where Gannon tee to green, leading the field for the season, and then as far as strokes gained, and then putting as far as strokes gained, top 3. That's a recipe to dominate the field.
Leading the field in tee to green.
As far as strokes gains goes.
And top 3 in putting.
As far as strokes gained goes.
Jeez.
So he's just getting strokes from everybody.
As far as I'm concerned, that is leading the field. I don't as strokes gained on the field. Yeah, that's the statistic that does well for you.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Cool. Well, this is probably the trickiest par 3 on the course. If not this one, then hole 10. But 432 feet, huge right to left sloping hill, headwind. This is just a tough birdie to get.
Well, this is the most overstable disc of all time ever. This is not going to be close.
Yeah, but that's the safe play. Playing it up the hill was something that maybe could catch a little edge. That's the smart way to get the 3 on this hole.
It's got to run it from there, too.
Yeah, sure.
You got to.
How are you going to shoot 18 under?
When you're the strokes gain guy, you gain strokes by making those. Ricky, same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Got to send it.
Those are going to be
that putt.
the easiest layup decisions you've ever seen in your life. Those are going to be a couple pars.
Yeah, because not only is this hole super difficult to reach, it's also elevated. And Kyle wants nothing to do with it. He also is off to a good start, plays the hyzer forehand. That's a bad break. That'll really make you feel bad inside. I mean, you go for the safe shot, execute it, and just get totally boned. And Kevin brings an aggressive swing, but does not give it the height that you need.
Yeah, that was the right shape, though.
Uh-huh.
Higher, that's good stuff.
Man,
Tricky little approach to go Anheuser.
Well done.
But that's well thrown. Good
I think
angle.
maybe with the headwind or just doesn't want it to lift up and go down the hill.
Mm-hmm. Just stay away. If you're going to lay it up, stay away from the bucket.
Don't hit the bucket.
Things like a trampoline.
Yeah. Do what Ricky does.
Yeah, and leave yourself a 10-footer on the right side. Make sure it's nowhere near there. See what they're doing?
Gannon. A little too cocky.
Yeah, come on. Bunch of pars and a bogey coming from Kyle. That's
earned.
Yeah, this kind of course. That is this kind of course. There you go, Paul. Nice job with words. What you're looking for on this course, you throw good shots, you're gonna get bad breaks. You can expect it, unfortunately. There's trees all around the green. We saw Kyle skip off the hard pan on a perfect shot, go out of bounds. This one, it's just, we see Kevin hit the same tree that saves another guy. It's, I wouldn't say a fluky course, but you could call it that.
Well, there's
some
definitely
spots.
Well, this hole right here has got the element of the winding creek, which comes into play here, comes into play on the next hole, on 17, several holes.
Yep.
And I wouldn't call it fluky, but it makes you aware of it.
It's a scramble course.
Yes.
Off the tee, your main objective, hit the gap.
Mm-hmm.
There's one gap you got to hit. If you can do that, then you'll never be in the same spot twice.
And we got Ilkin Grow check in here. I believe last year's U.S. Amateur champion.
Lays it up.
And we've got Calvin Heimberg hitting tree, but that's still safe. See if Ilkin can knock down a long one. Yeah, he can.
What a putt. That looks simple. Calvin gets one to drop. Love that. Couple good birdies.
Sure.
Nice putts.
And is this going to be an air shot or a roller? Looks like probably an air shot for Gannon. Oh, no. Big roller.
Sky roller. Don't see that often here, but
A little bit too high up the hill.
That's going to be a pitch down.
So it was the 2022 United States Amateur Champion, so a couple years ago. That is Ilk and Grow. It missed
Power Rangers to the rescue.
and the good roll too. Oh,
That is far.
eagle putt coming for Ricky Wysocki. Incredible. And
Hurry. Hurry.
And you're gonna see why Gannon goes for the big high sky roller play, because the roller can just sometimes stay left a bit too long and find that winding creek. And Kyle's going to play the forehand hyzer. This is also really good looking, and that's in perfect position. Most people of this caliber are going to be jump putting from there, but if not, it's just a soft little backhand putter throw.
And this is a nightmare spot.
Yes, it is.
Because now he's going to go out of bounds the whole way and hope at some point he crosses minimal.
Oh, he does. He does. He's safe. That is a very fortunate result.
So this guy right here, again, is going to be jump putting to hopefully some sort of putt is what he's hoping.
Yeah, absolutely. Just outside C1. And that's what getting a lot of distance off the tee will get you. And good effort there for Kyle. And Ricky.
Slow down. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's a... You always get nervous when it's rolling. You never know when it's just going to go boop, boop, and you're like, oh, come on.
See if Gannon can steal a birdie. Stolen. Right from off the fairway.
Yep. Strokes gain putting. There you go. That's why.
5 for 6 now. Gannon Burr is off to the races again.
Just a great putt.
Oh, so close to a par save for Kevin. Playing this super aggressive over the creek out of bounds shot. Now, if that shot didn't work out for Kevin, he's nearly throwing from the same exact place he just was throwing his 5th shot. So just keep that in mind when you consider how risky of a throw it was from where he was. Kyle with the birdie, Ricky with the birdie, and Kevin off to a slow start. 2 over par right now. Already 7 back of Gannon's blistering pace.
Beth at 69.
I just told myself, you got to will this one in there. Whatever you have, just will it in there.
This man is unbelievable. This is what athletes live for. This is the moment.
Hole 7, Paul. You remember this one?
Oh, yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah, par 4. Just make it over this little OB area. Sidearm typically the play. You can go turnover. Hard to stop a turnover up the hill. And then you just, like I said, hit the main gap on all of these holes. And then who cares where your disc lands, because you're going to be scrambling. It's very rare that you're going to land in the same spot twice and have the same shot in on any of these holes.
Gannon's trying to get as far right as he can up the hill. That's a beautiful shot, because he's not going to be throwing the standstill from the roots, which is where a lot of good drives get to. He's just past that, but not so far that he doesn't have the forehand and hyzer on that next shot coming. So That's fine too. That's really good. Those are both great. But just 10 feet short of that, it's not that it's a bad place. It's just a little bit tricky if you don't like a standstill forehand that's about 250 uphill.
See, that's going to be every bit you get up the hill, the harder it gets.
Yep.
A little bit harder, a little bit harder. It could be 3 feet, 4 feet.
Yep. Uh-oh. Kevin needs to get lucky. They rarely do. If you early right side leak, you're going to be going to the drop zone almost every time. And Kevin Jones is going to find himself at a very tricky drop zone. Here's a good look at it.
Slide.
Oh, he finds the backdoor gap.
That's a putt.
Yep. He'll have a look, but Kevin Jones is in danger of going 3 over.
See, this is what I mean. This is a scramble shot. He hit the fairway.
Yep.
Did everything he wanted to do, and now he's scrambling.
And finds back of C2.
Great shot from there, really.
Mm-hmm.
To get past the basket from that angle does good. What you see a lot of people do is they end up left or right, and right is kind of dead. Really tough to make putts.
Kyle using all of it. I mean, every single bit of that right side fairway, and the disc just broke inside the gap perfectly at the last moment. That was a really nice scramble approach. And Ricky just, oh boy.
Got away with it.
Yes, he did. But I was about to say, Ricky lives for shots like these right here, but just a little bit off.
This is way deep. I thought he was circle's edge.
Okay, well, he did get away with it.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what being...
He stole it. Got away with it, stole it. The course ain't ever getting it back.
You can make mistakes like that if you're one of the best C2 putters of all time in the history of the sport.
Such a great putt. This would be a fantastic save.
Needs it. Not going to get it this time. Chains out left side. And the slow start gets slower for Kevin. See if Gannon continue slinging him in. Well, that was Swiss cheese right there, folks.
Gannon, that didn't even look like it had a chance to go in, and it's cut right through.
Yeah. Shoot. Shoop. In the basket's defense, all baskets are scared of his putts coming in at him.
Mm-hmm. They're trying to dodge it. Get skinny. Chain say, get skinny.
It got holy there. And I don't mean he took it to church. But even with that miss, Gannon Buhr is still leading the field 5 under through 7. And they have done nothing to this hole, except they've reduced the par from 5 to 4. Because it's always really been a par 4.
Yeah.
It's just been a really tough par 4.
They don't like giving you feel-good holes anymore, you know?
Yeah, that's what they've done. They've taken away this eagle opportunity, and they've made it a tough one. This hole is averaging .11 over par, but it's a good hole. Forehand turnover off the tee to a forehand approach. If this is Calvin's second shot, oh man, this is a killer drive.
Doesn't get much better than that. Oh, little love tap. Mwah.
If it could get better, then it would be the love tap on his second shot. What an approach.
Oh.
Ezra will have about 50 feet coming downhill for the par. Scary putt. But not for Ezra.
That was for a par.
That was a great par save. All right, let's see if Ricky can get the angle right out of the hand. That looks pretty good. Anywhere out there is fine. Kyle going for that. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Bubba.
That is massive.
Gannon. 2% power. Just
Jeez.
far.
Just perfect shaping. Not a ton of, doesn't need a lot of speed. It's just got to be the right stability, the right angle out of the hand. Kevin's looking like it's tracking for those trees, and now the birdie is going to be very, very difficult. It's possible, but it's going to take a 10 out of 10.
That ain't it. But the dig's nice.
That's right. Because if that cut rolls right, he's going to be in a lot of danger of taking bogey. And Ricky
Blows up a tree.
just threw it into the desert sand pit. Where did that thing come from?
I don't know. Ant farm exploded.
Poor guys. Kyle keeping this one wide.
Better shape.
And
Yeah,
in the
deal.
circle.
Take that all day on this hole.
Yeah, you just want to keep your forehand staying as straight as possible until the very last bit, and then it just will fall down the hill. Just like that with a little bit less speed. And it's going to work out.
I think that was going to be deep.
Yeah, it was going to go long
So-
for sure.
I would rather be short on this hole than deep, personally. It's a good shot there from Kevin. A lot of touch required to navigate that skinny fairway from that short of a shot.
Oh, boy. A little leaky there for Ricky on the putt approach.
No dice.
Dice.
Good putt right there. Strong side, high. Flops it right down in the basket. It's got to feel nice to have those two been battling out the last few weeks. Knock the same putt down right behind them.
A little early for the gamesmanship, but I'm sure he was happy to see it
nice.
go in.
It's kind of nice.
Kevin with a good scramble par. Gannon will take the par, as will Ricky, and Kyle will take the former eagle. We'll just call it a birdie now. Never seen that tee shot thrown so high before in this hole. It's kind of a low ceiling, but Kyle just really shaped it perfectly. And he is joined Gannon Buhr at the top. And we get to see all of it right here in Jomez. Hole 9, finishing out the front, is a little shorty, 258 feet. You just want to hit the hillside here, coming down the hill with the forehand. We've seen Ricky and Gannon and Kyle all throw incredible forehand putter approaches today. This is a good time to throw another one.
A little heavy on the hyzer there. A little flatter, and that gets all the way down there.
That's right.
And this has a little more speed. I like his chances, but there's a guardian. He misses that. He's right around circle's edge, and that's just fine. That's going to work, huh?
That was not the fairway that Gannon was looking for, but still is going to have a putt.
Oh, and this one's rolled over. But.
Oh, come on.
Hey, okay. Well, you know what? Kevin's had a tough day. Get him in the circle.
Give it to him.
Yep. He had that tough roll away on hole 2.
It's just been a tough front 9 for him.
Kyle goes inside. Well planned. Gonna have to earn it, though. That kind of trickled pretty far.
Oh, so close for Ricky scary putt going straight downhill. Gannon's got assurances here going back up the hill, and he's not going to miss 3 of those in a row.
No.
Oh, boy. Tied at the top for just 1 hole. And then Kyle takes a bogey. Gannon strikes with a nice putt from C1 edge. And Kevin Jones gets a little sneaky down that left side, gets full skip and slide with the disc, and manages to finish the front 9 with a nice birdie. Well, there you go. We are 1/6 of the way through this event. Gannonburg leading the way at 6 under, followed by Greg Barsby, Ty Love, several players at 5 under par. Got to see Joseph Anderson, play the course, and it just really suits that style of player. Very calm, collected, flip up backhands, flip up forehands. Can't really give them any problems on a tight wooded course like we have here at Idlewild.
No doubt. I like how you said flip up. The courses we've been playing for the last few months, all flex shots, landed in the fairway, stick your driver in the side of a hill, make sure you don't get a lot of skips here. You got a lot of flip ups to flat, right down the fairways. Classic disc golf right here.
Yes.
And we got it for you. Come back on the back 9 and check it out.